Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Bhavna Joshi and I'm taking the subject childhood and growing up. So in this subject today we will be discussing about the cognitive development approach which was given by Jane Piaget. This topic is in unit 1 of children, childhood and growing up, B.Ed 101. So let's start. Before starting the theory, which was given by the Swiss psychologist Jane Piaget, it is very important to know that what exactly he wanted to find out through his theory. Piaget, 1936, was the first psychologist to make a systematic study of cognitive development. Cognitive development, as we all know, is the intellectual development. So he was the first psychologist who made a systematic study of the cognitive development, and his model of learning is also called as a constructivist theory. Why a constructivist theory? Because Piaget was not interested on how well children could count, spell, or solve the problems for grading their IQ, but he was more interested in a way in which fundamental concepts like idea of numbers, time, quantity, and so on come from. So he was mostly interested in how these concepts are formed, then how a child can count or spell a word. So Jane Piaget come up with this theory of cognitive development by studying his three children. He studied his children to not know about what they knew, but how they knew it. He was not interested in the in the quantity or in the knowledge of the child. He was interested in how the children come to know about this concept, how they know about this concept. So that was the thing which he tried to explore in this theory and come up with this theory. So now, what is cognitive development? Now, cognition, as we know, cognition is the mental action or process of acquiring knowledge, understanding through thought, experience, and the senses. So, cognition, as the word comes from cognitive. So, cognitive, as I told you, is related to your intellectual development. So, cognition is the mental action or the process of acquiring knowledge, the how you acquire, how your brain acquires the knowledge, and you understand through thoughts, through experience, and through senses. So it is the acquisition of the ability to think, reason, and problem solving. So whatever ability a child has, ability to think, ability to reason out things, ability to solve problems, that is called as the cognition. That is the cognitive development of the child. Now, Piaget studied cognitive development by observing children in a particular way to examine how their thought process change with age. So he was interested, as I told you earlier also, he was more interested to know the concept that as how they are able to come up with this concept, how they know about this concept, because it is cognition is something, is a process by which people change, people's thinking change across the lifespan. How they used to think at the when they were child, when they were at the childhood stage, or how they used to think when they were in the adolescent stage, or how they think when they are in adulthood stage. So Piaget studied cognitive development of by observing children. He used to observe his children in particular way to examine how their thought process have changed with the age. Yeah, the child who was of 2 years, when he turned to 3, was there any change in his thought process? That was what he was examining, the thought process. That was he was examining. Now he come up with few technical terms. Now before starting with the theory, it is very important for you to know about few terms which he come up with. He introduced the word schema. Schema if you say what is schema, schema is the building blocks of things. Yani ki, it means that your thinking is like something like a building block. You must have seen the building blocks of a small child, 1 or 2 year child who plays with building blocks. By joining the blocks, the child makes different shapes, different things with the blocks. So schema is same. He said that schema is what? It is the building blocks of thinking. Whatever you are thinking, those are the building blocks of thinking. That is the schema. So in the book of Woolfolk 2004, it has been written that schema is the system of actions and thoughts that allow us to mentally represent or think about the object and event in our life. How we, how our actions and thoughts, which allow us to think, how we take up things, how we take up events, how we take up objects in and around our environment, that is the schema. So it is the interaction with the environment, and with the interaction in the environment, schema are formed in the mind. Like for example, a small child, when you give a ball to the child, the schema which is developed in his mind is this round object is called as ball. So this, you gave him a green ball or you gave him a red ball. The schema developed will be this round object, the object which is of round shape is the ball. So this is the schema. So we will elaborate this example by and by as we proceed. So this is schema. So it is the building block of thinking. Next comes the assimilation. Now, what is assimilation? It is the new information integrated with the existing cognitive schema. Whatever schema is there in your mind, the new information which comes and which integrates with the existing schema, that is called the assimilation, which means that relating the present object with the past schema. Already formed schema is there. You have formed the schema. Now, with the new information which is coming your way, you are integrating that past schema with the present object. You are relating with it. So, like for example, again, in the earlier schema, we said that the child says that this round object is ball. So here he says that the past schema was the round object is ball. Now the new thing is, now you introduce the color, that this is green ball, this is red ball. And then you introduce, this is big ball, this is small ball. Now this big and small, this red and blue, these color and sizes you introduce, this is this is the new information which you are giving to the child. And now the past schema, what he is doing is, he is integrating the past schema and the new knowledge which you are giving. So here the child will now come to know that ball can be of different color and ball can be of different sizes also. Till the time this schema was there, that round shape object is ball, he was not concerned with the size. He doesn't know about the shape, color of the ball. Now, when the new thing comes, when you introduce the color and size also to the child, now he comes to know that he is able, this is assimilation, that when he says that, okay, ball can be of different color as well as different size. So this is assimilation. Next is accommodation. Accommodation is one has to learn new ways of thinking and behaving by making changes. Now, when a child, as the child grows, he learns new things. His behavior changes. So there is modification in one's existing cognitive structure. Here, cognitive structure means the schemas. So there is modification in one's existing cognitive structure, schemas. So that is what is accommodation? That is the new adjustment in the schema. Here what you are doing, you are modifying. You are making new changes. Now, what is the change? Same example. Um, schema was that round object is ball. Assimilation, ball can be of different color and sizes. Now, accommodation is every round object is not a ball. Now, this is accommodation. He is modifying the thinking process. He is modifying the already formed schema that round object is a ball. When you give a child, you introduce the concept of ball to the child, and then one fine day you gave him an orange or an apple, what he will do, he will treat that orange or apple the same way he treated the ball. That means he will throw. Because the schema in his mind is that every round object is a ball. So now the accommodation comes, and now there is change in behavior. Now there is modification. Now there is, he learns a new way of thinking and behaving. He makes a new adjustment in the schema, and he come to know that every round object is not a ball. So this is accommodation. Now, the next term is equilibration. Equilibration, as you can see on the screen, it is like a balancing, thing. Equilibration means equal. Equilibrium, we all know. Equilibrium means being equal. So what is here, what we are talking about? There you can see that one side there is assimilation, other side there is accommodation. Assimilation is incorporate into an existing schema, whereas accommodation is your modification of the prior schema which is already there. So what is equilibration? Equilibration is Piaget said that the process of assimilation and accommodation helps the organism in adjusting or maintaining a harmonious relationship between himself or herself and his or her environment around him. So this adjustment mechanism is called as equilibration, right? So Piaget believed that the cognitive development did not progress at a steady rate, but rather in leaps and bounds. We have already discussed about different stages, and in those stages we have seen that the intellectual or cognitive development in few stages it was very fast, in few stages it was steady. So Piaget said that cognitive development did not progress at a steady rate. That means it will not be in a flat curve. It will never be a flat curve. Either it will be it will be a straight one, or it will wait it will wait for some time, and then again it will increase. So equilibration occurs when a child's schema can deal with most information through assimilation. As a child progresses through the stages of cognitive development, it is very important to maintain a balance between the assimilation, that is the applying previous knowledge, whatever previous knowledge the child is having, and the change in behavior to account for new knowledge. So there has to be a balance between the assimilation as well as the accommodation. So it can be defined, equilibration can be defined as an innate tendency or continuous drive on the part of an organism to organize its experiences through assimilation and through accommodation. So equilibration helps explain how children are able to move from one stage of thought to the next stage. So this is equilibration. I hope you understood about the terms which were given by by Jean Piaget, the Swiss psychologist. We will be discussing about the various stages of cognitive development theory in the next lecture. I hope you all understood this. Thank you very much.